Hey there and happy Friday. Oh, I have like a picture-in-picture. I think it's working though, we'll see. So I've never seen that happen before on my phone. So I'm gonna just maybe wait a second and see if somebody pops in. That way I'll know it's for sure working and such. But yeah, I see me and then I'm off in the corner too. I've never had that pop in there. There's Lisa. So it must be live and it must be working or I wouldn't see any names happening. So thanks for joining in. And it is Friday and I'm bringing you card number 5 for October's virtual stamp camp. I'm a little bit late. I was helping a couple people place orders. It's been a busy Friday. It's like people got paid or something. I don't know, but it's kind of exciting. And a lot of people are taking advantage of the great paper sale that Stampin' Up! Has going on. So I'm going to once again showcase something using the pretty paper. So hi Lois, hi Nancy, hi Sharon. And with that, earlier in the week, excuse me, I had done something with, made a card with the pretty Peony Garden. It's beautiful paper, Peony Garden Designer Series paper. And I had made a sympathy card for Ruth Rempel's virtual party. And so with that, I thought, okay, that was more serious. I did a gray granite theme. And then today I thought, well, let's play up a little bit of the card with the petal pink part of it, and this is kind of more for a special occasion, so kind of more dainty, more pretty like that. So hopefully that can give you a couple ideas of if you're getting this paper or have this paper, what you can all do with it and which way or which direction you can kind of go with it too. Hello Beth, my sister's actually watching, which is unusual with her schedule that she gets to catch me live. So okay, I think I'm going to get started here. And hopefully we won't have as many internet issues as yesterday, just because that kind of ended up being a disaster. But I think it's a general area problem. So I know I'm not the only one that's struggling with that, but hopefully we can get through with that a little bit smoother and such. So hey Chris, hi Pam. So I'm going to turn my camera around and show you a better angle of my card and get started. Okay, so I'm going to show you the card again at my regular view so you can see it here. So wishing you so much happiness today and always. And I love that this is such a big sentiment, so it really takes up a lot of the card. And I love that even though it's a beautiful font, cursive-y and such, it's still very clear and easy to read. So it's very nice for that reason for people that are getting older like me, and with my eyes, sometimes I look at certain cursive things and go, okay, I can't even make heads or tails out of that. So I like this because I still feel like even though it has this special font to it, it's still very readable. Okay, so where we're pulling the pretty paper from today is, hello Sherry, I've got my sister and my sister-in-law watching today. Whew, I feel kind of special and loved. And so thanks Lisa. Okay, so this is the Peony Garden Designer Series paper, and just a very few shades of cardstock color that go with it: basic gray, gray granite, and the petal pink, and of course whisper white. So very pretty papers. Like I said earlier in the week, I used some of the gray granite, and of course it's not going to let me open this. I actually just opened up this brand new package because I've used so much of it already in my projects that I had to open up a new one. And Becky, your sister's watching. Pam's already on. It's fun to have you guys together. So we've got the petal pink and some gray granite there. I love this kind of design too. And then we've got some of the peony buds there. And the back side, just kind of that pattern that I used for Ruth's virtual party earlier in the week, and kind of just like a subtle petal pink here. That's going to be hard for my camera, I think, to pick up because it's very pink, but it kind of just looks pretty blah, I think, through the camera. And then kind of like a negative image of the peony here, and then some bolder of the gray here, and that, and we've got that and that. So this is just what I'm making today, except for the gray granite or basic gray color. And my last one looks like this, and kind of just a marble top like that. Becky, it is fun. I'm glad that you can be on here. I know that you're very faithful in watching my videos, but yes, it doesn't always work with your work schedule. People and their work schedules, just kidding. Not everybody gets to do what I love to do and just be home and do this all day long. I don't take it for granted at all, you guys. Okay. So out of the annual catalog, I am going to use the So Sentimental bundle, and it's on page 74. And so that's where you see the sentiment there and everything that kind of goes with it. There is a 10% bundle if you get to the matching dies too. So I kind of took a break from this because I thought you guys were being overwhelmed. I kept using not the stamp set so much, but I kept using the awesome dies that go with it all the time too. So I know a lot of you have these dies already. So with the So Sentimental stamp set, the coordinating dies that you can get that are 10% savings if you buy them together are the Stitch So Sweetly dies. So I'm sure you guys have seen me use these a million times, and that's kind of why I took a break, just because I thought, oh, you know, it's just been like these all the time. So these are the two dies that I'm using, and they're both from this set of dies. So I'm just going to set that aside. And then for the inside, to go with that, I'm pulling out again that stamp set called A Grand Kid, because even though this isn't like for a grandkid or anything like that, I love the font and style, the congratulations, and it goes really well with this. So I wanted to kind of pull that with it. And I'm also going to use these little pieces of confetti too. So alrighty, let me get my iPad going. So if you guys have questions or comments, you can ask away. And I'm going to start in on my card. Okay, so right from the get-go, it just makes me happy to work on this card because the colors are so pretty. That petal pink is just great. And I've always been a fan of the grays and the pinks together. I think in junior high, my favorite shirt was like these colors right here. It was like a 3/4 jersey top, and they were really big when I was in junior high. And every time I put these colors together, I still think of that shirt. It was my favorite. I probably should have kept it. Okay, so what I'm going to start with is just some layering, and I'm going to take the pretty paper here and just tape that, the peony paper, right to a big piece of gray granite. So I could have used, you know, the other grays that go with the set, but I kind of just liked how the gray granite softened the petal pink color here. So I thought, well, let's go with those two colors together. And then if you ever get to the point too where you think that there's like a little extra over there, you can just easily look on the back side and trim. But I think I must have did a decent enough job where those match up really well. Hello, Sonia. Thanks for joining in. Okay, so, and this is the point that I love to show you guys. Before you put this on your card, we're going to add some ribbon, and it's always important to get that ribbon on before you put it on your card base. Otherwise, if you do it later, you're going to tie your card shut, and then you can't open it. So we're going to just put the ribbon on the first two layers here. And this is the organdy striped ribbon in petal pink color. And this is so pretty. And yes, Becky, this whole paper sale is just so fun for me because I think Stampin' Up! Has the best paper. And you guys know me, I always, you know, say, oh, you guys, the paper's so pretty. And then you get it in person compared to the catalog, and it just takes a whole nother notch up of how pretty it is in person too. So I'm not trying to be mean and show all these papers that are on sale, but it's like, I'd rather show you the papers that are on sale this month than next month and go, oh, I wish I would have ordered it last month when it was on sale, because stuff like that is how I like to shop. Okay, so I'm just going to do a knot, and because this ribbon's so pretty, it almost looks like a bow just because it kind of likes to curl and twist. It's a little thicker ribbon, but it actually does great. Actually, I'm gonna trim this just a little bit more to make it more even to the other side. It's a little, I should say wider, not thicker, wider ribbon, but it ties super easy just because it's organdy and it just is so easy to work with. Okay, so we've got that across the top of the card there. Hi, Ginger, thanks for joining in today. All right, so I'm just going to take my seal adhesive here and run that along. Oops, there we go. That layer here to get a good amount of stickiness on. And then that's going to go across the top. So what I did a little differently today is normally like my card base is 5.5 by 4.25. And then my next matting, I usually do like at 4 and 4 by 5.25, and then on a sliding scale, say of like 1/4 inch less each time, but I wanted this to go from edge to edge. So the pretty paper is 5.5 by 3 3/4, and then the gray granite is 5.5 by 4, and then the card base obviously 5.5 by 4.25. So that's how that came about. And then for putting our focal point, which is the greeting of the card, I'm just gonna scoot my camera angle a little bit more closer to my workstation here. And this is where I'm going to put my dies through. So the 2 fun dies from the Stitch So Sweetly. I'm gonna see if I can do them together. I should be able to do both of those together. So Petal Pink cardstock here. And then this is just going to go on the Whisper White. And I'm going to put those through, and normally I would stamp, but I was getting carried away. I was so excited about making my card. I die cut the frame first, and then I went, oh, I should have stamped that. But it was so easy to line up that I thought, oh, I'll just do it the opposite way, just so you guys can see how easy it is to line up. So both of these dies have that fun stitched edge too. So not only does it cut out the fun scallop shape and this unique shape, but then they both have that stitching along the edges, which I always think make it look extra special and kind of nice. All right, so now for the stamping. I've gotten this far and haven't done any stamping yet. I'm going to get out my gray granite ink pad and the greeting here, that wishing you much happiness. So I'm just going to tap that out and get that ink on there. Remove my little crumbs, or paper crumbs I call them. And that I can just see very easily that it's going to fit, because this stamp set was made for these dies, vice versa. It fits in there just perfect. So there's the sentiment on there. And then this is ready to layer and put on the card too. So I'm going to start by using some dimensionals. And so I kind of want the greeting to pop up. And I actually am going to do kind of a double pop up with my dimensionals. I felt like it looked a little flat just putting this on the card. So I want to also raise up that bottom layer, do both of them. So I'm just going to put some dimensionals first on here, like so. So I've got 5, kind of 4 in the corners, 1 in the middle, and I'm just going to center that like so on that pretty petal pink color. Petal pink, when it first came out, I wasn't sure what I thought about it, because it kind of looked maybe washed out or too peachy. And now it is like one of my go-to colors, and I think it's because it coordinates so well with so many other colors too. So I use a lot of it. And the other funny story about this ribbon is that I placed an order for Stamp Camp, and you guys know that the attendees for my Stamp Camp before COVID was a pretty large number. So one time for Stamp Camp, I ordered about 4 spools of this ribbon. And then I was placing an order and didn't realize I had, so I ordered 4 more spools. So I had like 8 spools. I'm like, this isn't even going to be one of my favorite colors, and what am I going to do? Well, I had to order more today because I'm on my last like half spool. So that is just proof that I must really like that. Okay, so back to the layering. I just left the middle without dimensionals because I didn't want it to get too bulky for the mailing and such, like so. So that I'm just gonna kind of place off the side. So it just kind of tucks right where that angle is, right underneath that bow. And I think that looks just perfect. It makes the card practically look like a gift in itself. And it just looks a tad crooked, like hardly a hair, but it just looked a little crooked. So I want to move that. And then I'm just gonna scoop my ribbon. If I can open that up a little bit. There we go. A little bit like so. There, now I'm happy about that. Okay, so for the accessory that I want to add for that today, I popped up, like I said, both of them, but popping up this top layer here allows me to put my little accent embellishments there without the mail system being the wrecking force of it. So I'm not going to put my jewels on my top layer, but just the one underneath. And so these are the Champagne Rhinestone Basic Jewels, and I use these a ton. I haven't used them for just a little bit because there's been so many new ones from the awesome holiday catalog. But today I thought, oh, I want to use these again, and I love it because the champagne color goes great with some of our brown tones plus our pink tones, and it just has a color that really goes well with lots of things. So I'm just gonna put a couple of the gems here in the corner to kind of offset. And then because I like to do things in odd numbers, I'm going to add the third rhinestone right at the top there. And then you can see that the top layer is kind of the cushioning force. So if you do mail it, that the rhinestones are going to be the same layer or same height as that top layer, like so. Okay, and then I just have to finish the inside. And so that I'm going to stamp. And just to kind of recap, or if you joined in later, the congratulations from here. I love that font and size. That's from the stamp set of Grand Kid, but the main sentiment is from So Sentimental, and they had these cute little confetti pieces. So I took and mounted the confetti pieces right on the same stamp, on the same block, so that way it allows me to not rock as much and get edges on my congratulations that might give us that extra shadow of ink, which we all just despise when that accidentally happens. So I'm going to lightly tap that up, and then when I stamp it, got it all centered so that, oh, see, that already happened on the top. I'm going to restamp it and put that. So I'm going to not move it too much. A lot of times you'll ask, like, why do I trim around like my congratulations? But that is why. So I'm going to take that ink off of there, put it on my dark gray shirt, and I'm going to try for 2.0 inside, like so. And I'm just going to try and press down, straight down, no rocking. There we go. So hopefully I gave you a tip. Don't rock it. If you want edges like that, that's called rocking, where you kind of just give it a little twist on there. Okay, so let's put the adhesive on the bad looking congratulations. And I hope you've learned today that there's always two sides to our card stock. So if you mess up, just flip it over, no worries there. So that we can just put on the inside of our card here. And there we have it. Very, very pretty card. So wishing you much happiness today and always. Congratulations. So that could be for many occasions. You could almost make this into a really pretty birthday card too, and just put happy birthday, because that I think would go really well too. So hopefully you have enjoyed some inspiration from this. Let me get my camera turned around a little bit. And I can't believe it's Friday already. It's like, I was thinking, like, how many more designs do I need to come up with this week? And all of a sudden it was Friday. So that was card number 5 for October's batch of 10 virtual stamp camp cards. And so if you want the cards, then just place a minimum $75 order using this host code. And I'm going to post today's card, and then you'll see once again the host code. And just kind of a thing that has caught my attention recently quite a few times is that if your order gets to $150, even though it's just you ordering, that will qualify you for host rewards. And so at that point, you can kind of go through in your mind and say, okay, do I want the host rewards, which it's 10%. So at 150, it is $15. And so you can go ahead and use your own host rewards, because a lot of you are like me and have this running list always of things that you need and want. And so you could just tack on something like that, and that can be your own little mini party. Otherwise, if you want the cards for Stamp Camp, you can't claim the rewards because the rewards are what I use to keep the cost of Stamp Camp of making your cards to send out and mailing them all out to you. That is what I use to offset for making all the cards for you as the rewards for ordering through me to get the Stamp Camp card. So if you have any questions on that, let me know. So yeah, you can do it either way. You can say, yep, I want the cards. But yeah, even with a minimum $75 order, you would get all 10 cards this month for free. And if you don't want to order, don't need to order right now, just say, hey, Belle, I want the cards. And then they're $22. And then I will get those out to you too when they're ready this month. So otherwise, I'll be checking in with you again on Monday. And on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, I will be starting a new series, Virtual Stamp Party for Kathy Hunter. And so it'll be fun to put some cards together for her. And then Thursday, Friday will be card number, I want to say 6 and 7, but like I said, I might do a double day on Monday or something and do a Stamp Camp card earlier in the day, or Kathy's card earlier in the day, and maybe do 2 Facebook Lives. So I do want to keep kind of continuing on with the papers that are on sale, because it's been so fun to highlight those with you and give you guys ideas, because a lot of you have been ordering them, and I think we all kind of go, oh, I have so much paper. So if you have so much paper, I'm hoping that doing videos that really cue in on the paper sale will help give you ideas to use those papers up to, and actually get some great ideas too. So I hope you guys all have a great weekend, and I'll see you back again on Monday. Thanks so much.